Hi there, everybody. How's it going? We're going to start this live stream. Notifications will go out here and we'll get some folks in here and we'll get started. How is everybody today? I hope well. It's nice and sunny here in the Denver metro area. That's where we're at. Specifically Douglas County, Colorado. Great Bella, how's it going? What up, Denise? Bohica, Bokimo, there we go. We got a mod in here. So let's get started with this wonderful live stream that's titled Douglas County Ended Homelessness. If you stick with me and you follow my channel, you know that we were out in Lone Tree a week ago, which is in Douglas County, Colorado. And we went into the Lone Tree government compound where the police department is located to ask some questions about how they're responding to homelessness when there is severe weather, and how I also can try to get my nonprofit on the handouts don't help campaign propaganda list where the government tells people, don't give homeless people your money, give it to the nonprofits we say you should give it to. So I would like to get on that list. And I'm curious, so here we are today at the Douglas County Sheriff's Department substation. And we're going to go in and ask some questions. And if you're new here or you happen to be popping in, if you hijack my chat with your nonsense, you're going to immediately get blocked. If you have, legitimate comments and you have an opinion that you want to share that isn't disparaging or of homelessness or my work or who I am, you can stay in the chat, but be warned that my mods have full moderation control of this chat, and you can very easily be blocked. So, good afternoon, Jeannie. How are you? Boring. Good, Michael. Leave. This is not for you. So, let's get started. Douglas County, for those of you that are new or don't know, it's a very wealthy county. I don't have any problems with wealth. What I do have problems with is the government being in charge of the redistribution of wealth rather than those that are wealthy making their own decisions to give to charity by ways other than forced taxation. So, here we are. I think they're, for the most part, Douglas County is fairly intelligent when dealing with cameras. I like to record my interactions with government, but I happened to notice this right when I drove into the parking lot. This is a Flock LPR. So they are reading everyone's license plates and taking pictures of every vehicle that comes in here. For safety, I suppose, as well as the RTD park and ride, right? And or anything that camera can capture, which I find really interesting. This is in Douglas County, Colorado, specifically Highlands Ranch. And this is the Douglas County Sheriff's Substation. Hi there.
How may we help you today?
I just have a few questions I want to ask.
Okay, do you need to speak to a desk officer?
I'm not sure. Is there a receptionist that can direct me?
Well, we don't really have a receptionist.
So you decide who I need to talk to?
Yeah, because I just pointed.
So I have some questions. Well, I see reception right
Yeah,
there.
that's our CCW people now.
So,
This
how about
is-
records?
Records is right there.
Okay. So they could probably help me since
Okay.
my questions might revolve around records or
Okay.
policies.
That's everything in there for me, Chris. Ooh, go and step on through. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi there. How are you today? I have some questions around homelessness response. And so I don't know that this question is necessarily a records request, but is there somebody available that could answer some questions about severe weather sheltering? As it, yeah.
The sergeant that is over her unit
Uh-huh.
works out here.
Okay.
I can see if she's available.
That's great. Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. My first name is Regan.
Regan?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let me go see if she's available.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. So the sergeant that works over the HART team works out of this substation, so that's good to know. Five-man hostage rescue in Chandler, Arizona. Drug raid. First place. Chandler Tactical Competition. Chandler, Arizona. In 2020. They give actual medals for that, huh? Crime scene, first place. Regional conference in 2017. Oh. They give a lot of trophies and medals for police work here. Yeah. Tubular assault? What? Tactical competition, tubular assault? Second place in Chandler, Arizona. We have no drug raids in Colorado? Fair question, DJ. We back the blue. Well, good for you. How do you back them? We support the blue. That's cool. You can do that. Do you support them violating people's rights? Do you support them throwing people in jail for being homeless? Because I don't. And most of my followers do not either. If you are here as a Back the Blue supporter, it's probably because we're doing a vertical stream. But hey, you can back the blue. Jesus Christ King. Important to learn from them. That's all. Interesting. Sure. I agree. It's important to learn what not to do to peaceful people. That's what's important to me. Hello from Middletown, Ohio. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Ditto. What's going on? Fucking fed up. How the fuck are ya? Hey, we're just waiting to talk to potentially a sergeant that is head of the heart team. Remember, we were in Lone Tree last week talking about the heart team, the homeless engagement and resource team. I think that's what that stands for. So today we're at the Douglas County Sheriff Substation, and we're asking I am asking some questions about severe weather response, and that's about that. And we saw the flock LPR camera out front, which I found interesting. And I'd like to ask some questions about that as well. She got a lot of cameras in here.
So she wasn't in her office, but this is her card. So if you would want, I mean, I can grab your information and pass that on to her, or you are welcome to reach out to her, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay, yeah, they're never available when you need them. So if I was doing some outreach over here, because that's what I do.
Okay.
You've got this RTD substation over here, right? And Douglas County has announced that they've solved homelessness and all of that, and handouts don't help campaign and all of that. But what about severe weather response? So if I walked in here right now, it's a hypothetical, it was 0 degrees outside, and I needed to get some folks into shelter, what would you tell me?
So our heart team, they have resources to get people into shelter.
And so that's my question. If it were an emergency, what are those resources?
What hotels they would get them to, or
Is that what they
I'm
do?
not really sure what they are, but she is in our heart team has that.
I just find it interesting that nobody, if this were not a hypothetical, and I came in here and
If
I
it was
needed,
0 degrees.
yeah, if I needed
I'm
help
sure they
right
would
now,
just hang out right here.
the homeless folks would hang out
We had
here.
them in here before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah,
That makes me
like
feel
we've had
good,
those really windy days or those doors, and they just have been in here.
right?
So
And can get out of the elements, and nobody has a problem with that. And
yeah, they've been in here.
okay, that's good to know,
Yeah.
because I'm really worried about how Douglas County is going to be responding to severe weather this year, because homelessness hasn't decreased, it's actually increased, and there's a lot of folks living in their vehicles and stuff. So I'll go ahead and give her a call right now and see if
and
she's
her
available
email's on there. Yeah.
to talk to me right now,
Yeah,
because
those
I
are-
just I need some more solid answers. I've been at this trying to get some questions answered for more than a week now, and I started out at Lone Tree.
Oh, Lone Tree.
Yeah, because Abe Layden, county commissioner, declared that to be his hometown, and that Lone Tree was the first city, of course, to solve homelessness because of his involvement. So I went over there, and nobody was available to talk to over there either.
Right.
So yeah, nobody responds to anything. Also curious, do you need to go? Are you busy or?
Yeah, this is the chief. He's just having me work through some of my projects on my
Oh, okay.
computer here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but I think, so this is a sergeant, and she is over our heart team, which is our homeless engagement. So she would have the details that would actually give you
Okay.
what, and we have a team.
I got through all that. So my
Yeah,
next
okay,
question
yeah.
is, this flock reader,
Which one?
the flock reader out in your parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
So since your chief is here, can I talk to him about that?
Sir, could you come out and shelter?
Because I'm I'm certain you're not going to have that answer, and I don't want to waste any time if we don't need to. Hi there. My name is Regan, and I do homeless outreach. And I always document my interactions with government, so that's the reason for the camera.
Okay.
So I've never been here before, and I came here because I started out on a quest last week to get some answers about severe weather response for the homeless community. And I started out in Lone Tree, and it was a disaster. Couldn't get any help, haven't gotten any responses. So I came over here. Now I've got a card. I guess I'll have to call her.
Yeah.
Hopefully she responds.
Yeah.
But my next question was, your flock reader in your parking lot, what's the purpose for that?
Our flock reader in our parking lot.
Yeah. Your flock camera, your flock LPR camera
I
out
don't
there?
even think we have one in our parking lot.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
you
we
do.
Oh. Okay.
So you don't know about it. Who might know about it then?
Well, we've got flock cameras all over the
Yeah, no,
county.
I understand that. But my question is, why would you be tracking every single license plate and vehicle that comes here? Isn't that kind of a deterrent if people want to come here anonymously?
Well, we set up safe zones here for people to do child custody.
Sure.
Or to do Facebook Marketplace or.
Exchanges,
so-
yeah, in a safe place.
Yeah, so we,
So what are you guys doing with that data that you're collecting for every?
we don't, we don't necessarily collect it. If we start an investigation, then we'll go back and take a look at, okay, who came in the parking lot or who hit a flock camera wherever.
Well, you store it. How long do you store it?
The company stores it for us and we have access to it.
For how long?
I want to say it's a year.
Okay. All right, I was curious. I've been to a lot of police departments. I have never seen a flock camera in a parking lot of a police department.
I didn't know we had one here.
I wonder how long it's been there. Do you know how long it's been there? No. I actually would like to do an information request on that. And your records, right? Okay, I'll
Well,
do
I
that.
cover the records, they're at lunch until, I just help with the submission of records requests.
Okay,
So let me grab the form.
okay, yeah, I appreciate that. I was just curious. She said you were a chief, so those were my questions. Hopefully I can get Stephanie here. Sergeant Doral, is that how you say that?
Durrell.
Doral, okay. Hopefully I can get a response from her.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, thank you. What was your name?
Mike,
Mike. And you're chief of
Highlands Range Substation.
this substation? Okay, understood. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to fill this out. My prescription sunglasses on.
Yeah, she said those are babies, but to go ahead and use them. And then she can, and then I'll have them maintenance for the, they said.
Let's see. Case and accident, jail. IA and personnel. Yeah. Please provide copy and access to Douglas County Sheriff's Office policies. Flock technology use and storage. as well as installation date. Do you need up here?
Nope.
Okay. As well as installation date of flock LPR technology at the substation location. This is the only substation in Douglas County, right? It's this in Castle Rock. That's it, right? Okay. Please return this information via email. All right, and today is 10/23/25. Okay. Take a picture of this. So I just wrote what I needed,
Yeah, perfect. And then you have a contact,
an email.
UAD,
Mm-hmm.
B2.
Correct.
All right, perfect. 303-301-5143.
Correct.
Okay, just in case she has any questions.
Sure.
She'll reach out, but I'll get this to her. She'll be back from lunch in 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, off we go. So, just a lot of camera watching there. So, what was our chief's name of this substation? Did you catch that? Did you catch the chief's name? Was it Mike? Chief Mike? Ernest, what's going on? I got a little bit of an issue with Chief Mike. Was it Mike? With the chief not knowing that he's got a flock reader in his parking lot? He doesn't know that, huh? Interesting. So, for those of you that are local or in the Denver metro area, you understand that there's a huge ordeal over flock right now going on in Denver. Mayor Mike Johnston decided to ignore the will of the people and the 12-0 vote of the Denver City Council to do away with flock cameras. Well, imagine, if you will, all the, law and order people, depending on who's in office, having a problem with surveillance of the general public until it fits their agenda, of course, right? So if you're a statist, you think that it makes sense to surveil the entire moving population of major metropolitan areas in the United States of America because we are not free people being surveilled by our government. That is the position of all statists now. Now, these flock cameras and systems were installed during the Biden administration, and it was total silence. So now that, flock is, quote unquote, solving crime and is not being misused by local and federal authorities, every statist across the land is in full support of surveilling and giving the government a blanket to surveil, a blank slate to surveil the moving general public based on the fallacy that it solves crime. Yeah. So that is a flock reader, so you know. If you have a problem with your comments being deleted, it's because you're being an asshole. This is my platform, not the government's platform. So the First Amendment applies to keeping government in check. You don't have a First Amendment right on my channel. So if you don't like it here and you want to comment in asshole ways, you're probably going to get blocked. You might get a warning. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate that. Yeah, we get a lot of stragglers. We get a lot of keyboard warriors in the vertical streams, but they are fantastic awareness. So I enjoy them. That's not how the First Amendment works. Yeah, that's exactly how it works, Cody. And you're probably not going to last long here either. Just saying. The vertical ticktards. Yeah, that was what we talked about last time. Algorithm feeders. Those are the bottom feeders. You do, however, attract some intelligent folks, and the awareness is the bigger part for me. I always, when I do these verticals, I always get at least one email of someone saying to me, hey, just came across your channel, and I really like what you do, or I want to donate, things like that. These verticals work exceptionally well. And if you would like to donate to a legitimate 501c3 that does good work, that would be my nonprofit that does good work for the homeless. And of course, tries to give government opportunities to shine on camera as far as how they treat the weakest, sickest, and poorest in our communities. Sometimes they do well, most of the time they do not. And Douglas County did okay. Let's go ahead and call this deputy and see if she can get on over here and meet with me. That's Sergeant Durrell. She's not at her desk. I really didn't appreciate that there wasn't a little more effort to maybe locate her through the same methods I have to use to locate her. And remember, folks, a society is defined by how it treats its weakest, sickest, and poorest. And if you think jailing peaceful people for having committed no crime against another is American exceptionalism, you don't belong in this chat. Leave. If you think police are just doing their job by violating their oath to the Constitution of the United States to uphold unjust local, state, and municipal laws by jailing people, you don't belong in this chat. Leave.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Sergeant Stephanie Durrell. My current working hours are Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please leave me a voicemail and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Sergeant Durrell. My name is Regan. Substation where you, I'm told, work out of, and I am here because I have some questions around severe weather sheltering for this season for the homeless community or anyone that would need sheltering in severe weather in Douglas County. And so I was hopeful to ask you those questions. And if you could please maybe call me back, I'll wait here. I'm hopeful to make contact with somebody today so I have some answers. Again, my phone number, 303. Thank you. So we'll give it a few minutes and see if she gives me a call. She is on duty. So I'm assuming she's out helping some folks or working with the heart team or whatever's going on. But again, you know, Douglas County has declared that they have solved homelessness. And so I would like to understand what they do with folks that end up in Douglas County. Since it's solved, there wouldn't be any regular home-based homeless folks here in Douglas County since they solved homelessness in Douglas County back in 2024. And if you're curious, Douglas County is just on the border of Denver. It shares borders with Denver, who also, depending on what message you listen to from Mayor Mike Johnston, he too has solved homelessness, and he's stuffed some of them away, while the rest of them remain on the streets and are subject to daily harassment and sweeps by his army, also known as the Denver Police Department. So I'm just kind of curious here, with Douglas County having a lot of open space, how they maintain solving homelessness. And so those are some of my other questions. But my most pressing question is, what are you doing for folks that need shelter in severe weather, that could potentially end up right over here on the public transportation system across the street where the flock LPR system is pointing into that RTD lot that only captures pictures of license plates? Not. So anyway, we'll see if she calls us back. Do you like my shirt? Do you like my Halloween outfit? I have a variety. I've got, woo! Oopsie! Hang tight. I've got a variety of jewelry as well. Oh, there's another smudge on my car. Oops. So anyway, about that hit and run last week. Haven't heard a word. Yeah, sorry about that. That was probably loud for your ears. Haven't heard a word. I guess Lone Tree probably isn't gonna solve that hit and run with any LPR technology, right? Because it solves crime. So for those of you that don't know, last week, this exact day, in Douglas County, on I-25, an interstate, a woman hit me. It wasn't bad. I was paying attention, luckily, or that would have been a rollover. She just kept coming across the highway. I don't know, until she hit my car, even though I continued to get over into the other lane, and she still hit my car, and then took off. Yeah, I have video of it. I have video of her, of the license plate, and turns out that crime hasn't been solved. Interesting, huh? Radio Nerd, I can't go a mile from home without driving by a flock. Home Depot has them in my town. I stopped shopping at Home Depot. Home Depot has them, huh? Set up in their parking lot. Are they partnering with law enforcement? Nasty Nate! Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's starting to get cold, and things are shifting for folks out on the streets, and it's kind of sad to watch right now. And for those of you that don't understand addiction and you do nothing but judge, you can leave now or forever hold your peace in this chat, because if you start commenting in disparaging ways for folks that are dealing with addiction, you're going to get the boot. But at any rate, it's no secret that addiction is a real issue in homelessness and out on the streets. And folks are starting to use more because it's cold and it's how they cope. And so overdose rates go up. Incarceration rates go up. What else? Incarceration rates go up for being homeless because additional drug use leads to trespassing on public property. all those non-victim crimes. I will never make excuses for anyone victimizing anyone else. I will never make excuses for that in the homeless community. I will never make excuses for theft. You can't steal because you're homeless. That's not how life works. So if you're victimizing others, jail is a reality for you. Do I think homeless folks belong in jail because they're addicts and they choose to do these things to themselves? No, I don't. I think if we were a responsive and responsible society that recognizes the public health crisis, there wouldn't be as many homeless because we would be more empathetic in solving it instead of relying on the government. And what people want to do when it comes to relying on the government is use jail. Because if you're not going to comply with getting clean, then you can go sit in jail. And that is exactly what Mike Johnston and his government army, the Denver Police Department, are starting to do. And it's going to happen across the nation. It's going to happen in your city, right in your backyard. And if you think that's okay, get ready to pay. And it is undoubtedly going to affect your freedom. Watch. Just watch and wait. You want to build jails to turn them into mental health facilities and rehab facilities? Watch how much it's going to cost you, because a lot of people are going to die. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? You think Stephanie is just super busy? Could we possibly get dispatched, give her a call? If she's on a call, and let her know that someone's waiting for her? Or should we come back another day? Let's see. When is the Douglas County Commissioners meeting? The Douglas County Board of Commissioners believes in an open and transparent government. Sure. So we want business meetings. Which they have no link to. Let's see.
call?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
How may I direct your call?
Oh, I need some information on when the meetings are for the commissioners for public comment.
Hold on.
Super friendly, super helpful. You know, government.
Douglas County Commissioner's Office.
Hi, can you tell me when the public meetings are for public comment?
Okay, we have our business meetings and public hearings on the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month, with some exceptions for November and December because of holidays.
Okay, so the next meeting is coming up this week. This coming week, right? The
The
second?
24th, yeah. October 25th, whatever. Yeah, next Tuesday, yeah.
You said the second and fourth Tuesdays, correct?
Correct.
So that would be the 28th. Okay.
28.
I want
28,
to
yeah.
put this on my calendar. Can you please tell me what time that is?
Okay, the business meeting's at 1:30, and that's, if you're wanting to come and address the commissioners on any topic, that's the one you come to.
At
The
1 o'clock?
2:30 one is 1:30.
In the middle of the
And
day?
then there's a 2:30 meeting, which is our public hearing, which is specifically for land use projects, and they only take testimony on those projects.
Okay, so 1:30 is the regular business meeting for public comment for anything.
Right.
In the middle of the day. And where is that at? Castle Rock?
103rd Street in Castle Rock. We're all the
Okay,
way to the end of 3rd Street.
gotcha. Okay,
Our building overlooks the interstate.
gotcha. Okay,
Okay.
I've got that on the calendar. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So I guess that'll be our next Douglas County adventure. A major county having board meetings in the middle of the day, so the general public doesn't come. Imagine that. Okay. Perfect. So I'm guessing, Sergeant Durrell is not going to call us back at all. And we still have no answers about severe weather sheltering. So let's gather here and let me read the chat and answer any questions before we go. Yeah, she was at least nice. Get a little cool air moving through here. The hot sun is warm on this fall day. So yeah, lots of cameras in this parking lot. I mean, lots. 3 more over here on the light poles. They're not LPRs, but they are cameras. The cameras that Allied security guard is watching inside. You saw that, right? For being a building full of guns and impunity, they're a little paranoid here. Just saying. So I guess that'll be our next gathering. Socialist healthcare. Yeah. Yeah. And Cap. Preach it. Preach it, brother. Preach it, brother man. And they keep the footage, right? DJ. For a year. Let's see. So again, I didn't look at the chat. So this chief of whatever his name was, I think you guys probably put it back in the chat. I'll go back and look. This chief has no idea. This chief of this substation has no idea he's got a flock camera reader out here. So that tells me they have zero interest in ensuring, safe transactions in their parking lots, right, of children and, selling your goods. And Mike, Chief Mike, thanks, DJ. Chief Mike has no idea that he's got a flock LPR in his own parking lot of his substation. He thinks they store the data for a year. He's not real sure. So we did an information request for their policies and retention schedule around this flock data that they're collecting right here in their parking lot. So know that all of my information, not by consent or choice today, because I didn't know that this flock reader was here. So I didn't consent to the government collecting all of my personal information for somebody's use somewhere. Oh, we don't access any of that unless we need to do an investigation. Oh, but we don't know. I think we store it for a year. Yeah, Mike, you're full of shit. So, as are most cops in an administrative role, because they are so out of touch with daily happenings in a police department, because they're biding their time to retirement and most of the time aren't even at work. What do these cameras look like? You want to look at it? Let me show you one more time. We'll go look at this as we wrap up one more time, because I actually know where all of, I know where all of the flock cameras are in Inglewood, Colorado, because I went out and found them myself. I know where a lot of them are in Denver. Yeah, let's go take a look at that camera real quick so you can see it. So you can locate your flock cameras in your neck of the woods, because this is how they all look if they are a flock LPR. LPR stands for license plate reader. They claim it only takes pictures of the license plates. That's not true. It takes pictures of whatever they want it to. They claim license plates and vehicle characteristics. That's a flock camera right there. Now, I'm pretty sure that's the flock brand. There are different brands of these LPRs, but this is what they look like. License plate readers. And there's mobile units. Inglewood has mobile units mounted to the back of their patrol cars, and they drive around and gather data all day. But that is a flock camera and or an LPR, which stands for license plate reader, and it's not just a license plate reader. So that's that. And for those of you wondering, this is Douglas County, Colorado. It's a suburb of Denver, Colorado. And so that's what we were doing today. I was trying to get some questions answered. And so we were waiting for a call from Sergeant Durrell, who heads the HEART team. She works here. Her office hours are 7 to, what'd she say, 5, Monday through Thursday. It's Thursday, so. Yeah, you guys, so this is this was very deliberate today to wear this, with my Halloween outfit as well, because I have lots of owl lockets, And today I wanted to hang out with Jessie. This is an urn locket. And Jessie, our friend who lived in homelessness, who literally just laid down on a grassy patch behind a Burger King and died. And laid in the mortuary, laid in the coroner's office for a couple months, unclaimed, because I didn't know. And so I claimed Jessie. So that's Jessie. This channel is about doing direct street outreach with the homeless community and keeping government in check. And a lot of my travels include dealing with the police. And they do. They suck. They suck. They've all circumvented their oath for their paycheck. They don't care. They've got impunity. I have yet to see any good cop arrest any bad cop. Especially the cop that keeps writing bogus warrants for me. Cheers. There's another warrant for my arrest. This will be number 9 in Denver. Yeah. You know, it's that poor little tender vittle, 5 foot something, rather insecure, rather exceptionally dangerous cop who gets to keep using his position as a cop to do these things. File complaints. It doesn't matter. That is why, if you need help, call a crackhead. True story. Yeah. Thanks, John. I do appreciate that. Rest in peace, Jessie. Amen to that. So, at any rate, yeah, tomorrow we'll be in court all day. For those of you that follow me, you know that I have an attorney that is going to mop the floor. And she'll be working that mop tomorrow. The rest will be up to the judge. We'll see. And if the judge doesn't do the right thing, she's going to go to a higher court and use the judge from the lower court as her mop. So stay tuned to tomorrow. So, yeah, this person, you can go bye-bye. Bye. Let's see. This person. Yeah. No, it's not going to get any better anytime soon. Low dimes, I get it. I totally get it. Bob Hop, we are all flocked. Amen to that. Let's see, this guy, fuckface. Wow, you really need a man. Well, it definitely isn't gonna be you, so bye-bye. Let's see. Gloria, hey, sorry. You and I are gonna talk here very soon. Let's see, what else we got going on in here? Bulldog, I'd flock you. I'm gonna leave your comment for now, but that's not what this channel is about, so shape up or ship out. Let's see, what else we got going on? All right, any parting words? I think we're pretty much down to our regular crew. What are you against flock readers about? Mass surveillance on a free society. Mass surveillance by the government on a free society. Where's Denver Metro Audits? Well, he's obviously not here. Let's see. Thanks, Hawk Fan. I appreciate it. Let's see. In his official capacity, of course, Bohica. Only in his official capacity. So you've noticed those flock cameras in Oregon? In Eagle Point, Oregon. A lot of crimes can be solved with flock readers. How else was crime solved before flock readers? So you think mass surveillance of a major metropolitan area is reason enough to sacrifice your rights? Is that what you're saying? Because if you are an American and you think the government should have our permission to collect our personal information, then you are opposed to collecting it in a mass surveillance state. Yeah, like the Patriot Act. It's for your safety. It's for your safety. Yeah, that's right, Radio Nerd. Governments, little governments, they're doing it all over the place. Flock, follow the money, right? Just follow the money. At any rate, well, we're going to end this. Thank you for being in here. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay tuned for tomorrow's news. We'll see what happens. I may or may not do a live stream tomorrow. We'll see. I should. But at any rate, we will be gathering at the Douglas County Commissioner meeting next Tuesday, the 28th at 1:30. That's Mountain Standard Time. And we'll do another vertical stream. Love you guys.